Man, I was sitting on this kit for a while. I just couldn't really figure out what to do with it. But, as you can see, I figured something out. And starting off, as always, with the articulation. There's no head, so there's no head articulation. Shoulders are on a front-facing hinge, which kind of pulls that ball out of the socket. Aside from that, you get a front-to-back swivel, as well as an up-and-down swivel for the shoulder. This is on a peg, so you can actually rotate the arm forward. The shoulder shields are on ball joints, so you get ball joint range out of them. There is a bicep rotation, and the elbow is actually a double jointed system, but just because of how it's built, you don't really get that much of a bend out of it. At most, you get about just under 90 degrees. Though that elbow is also on a little bit of a hinge here, which doesn't give you any more range, but it does let you bring the arm in a little bit. You have a weird bit of engineering there. Also, the hand is built into the forearm, but at least with the open hands, the fingers are all on ball joints, so you get a little bit of movement there. The waist in its default position doesn't actually move at all, but it's on a little double hinge. I wouldn't recommend bringing it up that much, but you can bring it up to get a bit of movement at the waist. It's still not crazy, but it does give you something at least. And also, due to how it plugs in, you can also get a little bit of a tilt side to side. The side skirts are actually on a little hinge in there that lets you move them out of the way slightly. It is on a peg, but honestly, on mine anyway, it's so tight I don't really want to risk it. Hips are actually on a master grade style hinge that lets you bring down this section in here. Then they're just on a peg. Just the usual universal joint there. You don't get much of a thigh rotation because it's, pretty much completely encased by the thigh armor, but it is technically there. You do surprisingly get a really good knee bend though. Bends about that far at the top joint, but then this whole back section of the knee folds down to get about 90 degrees-ish, a little bit under. And it has a swivel hinge swivel for the ankles. And of course the tail plug is a bendy wire, so that's as much articulation as you can get out of it. You kind of have to use it as a third leg to stand it, so you're not going to get a ton of articulation out of it unless you use the included stand. Overall, the articulation is not amazing, but it's limited by the actual design of the Nacchin and not an engineering problem. If anything, it had better articulation than I expected. And getting into the accessories, let's start off. Well, there's no sticker sheet, but we can talk about color correction. Obviously, I gave mine a custom paint job, but thankfully they do give you good images of the painted model in the instructions, so we can go over it here. Basically, the inside of the shield, the upper chunk on the bracket holding the shield on, these on the shoulder, on the front and the back, the joints on the fingers for both these hands and the ones that are holding hands, the white there, all these water slide decals, the rear lights, the vent here, the bar here, bottoms of the feet, the rivets on the top of the head there, ones on the side, there. There's a lot of little things that are missing paint on this. Not to mention a stupid amount of water slides that they give you, which is, I may put some of these on. I will say I do like the eye options. They give you a They give you one pre-painted eye, which is just the default eyes. But then they actually give you 3 blank ones. You can choose any of these that you want to put on, which is nice. I just ended up painting some eyes myself. Talking about the eyes, the angle on the eyepiece means that unless you have like underlighting for them, they just kind of look dead, which is a little bit annoying. And how you swap the eyes is, there's a lot of paint on this, so some of the mechanism might be a little gummed up, but I'll try to get this out. Basically, there's 2 arms in here that you slide this up on. One seems more stuck than the other. There we go. Bring this up, sort of hinge it back like that. Then you can just pull out this piece and swap it in with a new one. You can see a little scrape there, but you can't notice that one's closed, so it's fine. Close it up. As for the custom painting that I did, you can probably tell the white and the orange, or actually it's off-white, it's like a very light gray, but the camera just picks it up as white, so it doesn't really matter. All the little bumps and scuffs I did, which is the usual painting trick of black and then silver in the middle of the black. Adds a lot of contrast, looks really good. I'm very happy with how this turned out. Also, a subtle thing is I actually painted this gray. It's in green plastic. It's supposed to be green, but I liked it better with gray. Also, I did just quickly want to point out that I did actually paint a barcode license plate on this, because I thought it'd be funny. Anyway, let's get into the actual accessories. Starting off with the alternate hands, or, well, fingers, I guess. You get left and right trigger finger hands, and, yeah, there's actually a little square box in there. I painted black to hide that and give it better shaping, but normally there's like a rectangle stuck in the fingers, which is a little bit weird. The only thing I'll say is it's actually kind of annoying to get these fingers off. You gotta wiggle and just pry at it. Pull the thumb a bit and wiggle it to get them off. And I ended up having to sand down the peg a little bit before putting it in, because on there. And grab the weapon that I'm actually using with it, which is 2 different parts. It's the smaller pistol submachine gun style piece with the scope turned into a flashlight. I will say these don't really, I mean, they fit good in the hand, but they're not very secure in there. I mean, you can see how easy that's popping in and out. It's weirdly loose. That said, you do get a bunch of other parts. The main rifle is these 3 pieces, which you put together like that. And then you get a bunch of different magazines and, well, the camera, but I've used it over there, so I'll put this one on the top. And use this box on the bottom, I guess. You do also get a stick mag and a drum mag, but honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the weapons. They're generic, which is okay, I guess, but they're just kind of, they don't fit that well. Also, I don't know why they'd even include a rifle, since there's no way it can actually two-hand it, and it's not like it has a secondary handle or anything. It's just one-handing an assault rifle. It looks weird. Anyway, for the final accessory, this little 2-piece stand, which is like the cheapest stand I've ever seen in my life. It's on a barbell, which is a bit weird though, because you get a big ball joint down here and then a little one that just plugs right in up under here. And honestly, there's so little surface area on the actual stand itself, and also it's so short it actually touches the ground above the feet. It's not very useful. I mean, you can get other poses using it, like with the tail up and a running pose or something, but it's not great. Really, the arm isn't really the problem, it's mostly the stand. Like, the base is so small. Also, I think that's 3mm, so you could probably put this on another stand, but And as for a quick size comparison, this thing is kinda small. At 1/35th scale, this is, in universe, very tiny for a mech. But it's also about the size of your average high grade. So, to wrap this review up, the Nacchin, I like the design, and I think the articulation is fairly solid on this. There's a few weird things going on with it, but it's not too bad. I think if you want to get a kit to customize, this is a good option, because it's a nice, unique little guy you can have on your shelf. But I wouldn't call it one of my favorite kits or anything. And that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. Subscribe and hit the bell to be alerted for future reviews. Come chill in the Discord. Follow me on Twitter, if that's even still around. And consider supporting me on Patreon so I can keep bringing you videos like this. And, as always, until next time, happy building.